Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Richard here, and today we're going to talk about wholesaling. And wholesaling is a term that's been around for years, and a lot of people always wanted to do it, always want to say, yo, man, Mr. Richard, is this legit, or how does it work, or what's going on? So I'm going to give you some pros and some cons of wholesaling, and I'm going to give you a little tip or a trick that every time I tell people to do this, 99% of people won't do it, and it's free, and I've gotten so many wholesale deals from doing it. So remember, stay to the end, listen to this all the way through. I'm going to give you one wholesale play that costs $0 that 99% of people will not do. And you can get deals to wholesale if you do this. So listen up. I'm going to give you some definitions and I'm going to give you some overviews, and then we'll kind of go from there. So wholesaling is when you get a property under contract to sell, and you assign that contract to a buyer for a assignment or a wholesale fee. Once you do that, the wholesale fee or the difference can be astronomical. I've known people make six figures on one wholesale deal. So I'll kind of give you a little overview of how it works, or how the typical wholesale deal works. Say you're driving down the street and you see a house that's pretty. Oh man, pretty little fence, pretty paint. They got a new paint job. Ooh, they got a new roof on that house, right? Every house in this neighborhood is selling for 300,000, wow, right? Oh man, kids playing in the yard. Oh man, that's a nice house too. And then the crap box. We all have them, and you see them in every neighborhood. It's got high grass, broke down car, boards on the windows, tarp on the roof, a sticker on it says vacate or something like that. That is a neglected house. Generally, whenever you see those houses, that means that the owner or the person who owns that property or somebody who's attached to that property is in distress. So something happened. I don't know if they just lost their job, they can't afford it, they got back taxes, they got tax liens, they're they had to move out of the country, they got deported, they got arrested. I don't know. And this industry, a lot of wholesalers, a lot of real estate investors, we call that the ugly house game. 90% of all Mac Daddy houses, of all regular houses, are sold on market, right? You get the real estate agent, they come through and they do a little vacuum, dust a little bit, bake some cookies, have an open house. 90% of the houses are sold that way. The other 10% of homes are ugly homes. And for people that think, man, that's not a lot of deals out there, there's on average 9 to 10 million jacked up homes in America at any given time. There is not one company in the world that can catch them all. It's comically impossible. And the bad part about it is these companies are in high rises, and they're trying to find this stuff on the internet. But if you're driving the streets and you see these houses, you have a leg up on these guys. So you can make a little money doing this. So let's say if you search the address, or you find out a way to get in contact with these owners. Hey, how you doing, sir? My name is Mr. Richard. I guess I'm a real estate investor. And I'm standing in front of your property and it looks like it needs some work. What's going on? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can help you with? I'm interested in the property, but I want to know about it. Just talk to the people, because a lot of times they have unforeseen circumstances. Relative passed away, grandma was in the house, can't afford it, the house too big, they got deported, they left the country, somebody got arrested, whatever. I don't know. Your objective is to say, hey, sir or ma'am, I want to purchase your property for X amount of dollars, right? But I'm not going to go too detailed on the specifics. A good number is to try to get it at 70% with repair value. So, for example, let's just say the property is everything in the neighborhood is selling for 300,000. 50% is 150,000. So if it's going to take another 50,000 to fix up, so you're at 200,000. So that's like 66%. So you can still offer a little more, maybe not, but an investor wants that property somewhere in the range of 70 to 75%. And that sweet spot is where you make your money. So you get an assignable contract. Hey, sir, ma'am. Okay, I have this paperwork right here saying that I want to buy your property for 150,000. And a lot of people say, man, no one's going to sell a $200,000 property for $100,000, or a $300,000 property for $150,000. You'd be surprised, especially people that's going to get their house foreclosed on. They haven't paid their bills. They're 5-6 months behind. The foreclosure is on in a month, and they don't have any plans on paying it because they can't afford it. Hey, how you doing? So if you're ever driving and you see a sign that says "Stop foreclosure," it's a wholesaler. That's what they're doing. All they're doing is trying to buy the property at a discounted rate to sell it to an investor for a profit. So now let's say you get the property under contract for 150,000. It's going to take $50,000 to fix. So now it's going an investor is going to be $200,000 in. So you could probably sell them that contract for $20,000. Okay, 120. Oh, sorry, 150 plus 20. Oh, sorry, 120. Sorry, 150 plus 50 is 200. Then your assignment fee, which is another 20. So now you're at 220. So if a investor bought that property for 120 or 150, put $50,000 into it, paid you $20,000. Now you're at 220. They can sell it for 300. They make 80. The flipper makes 80. You make 20. The homeowner stops a foreclosure on their record. And then that community loves you because now someone fixed up their property and now everybody's property value goes up. Win, 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 win. Now people say, well, why would a contractor or a flipper pay you $20,000 in assignment fee? Because generally, flippers don't have time to go and find deals. Their objective is to make the 80. They don't give a damn about losing 20 if they're making 80, right? That's kind of greedy if you think about it from a huge perspective, right? Oh, I can go wholesale myself and I keep the whole 100. Yeah, you can, but generally they don't. Flippers typically flip, wholesalers wholesale, and then you have what's called a bird dog. You can even start bird dogging too. Bird dogging is people who drive around neighborhoods, and you guessed it, looking for up houses. That's all they do. And then a good bird dog say, hey man, I got a deal for you. They call wholesalers and say, yo man, I got a deal for you. It's 115 Robin Hood. Okay, if they get that under contract, they'll give that bird dog $500, $1,000. They make 20 or 19. They give the bird dog, the person who found the deal, $1,000. And you know who makes great bird dogs? People who drive every day. Lyfts, Ubers, Pizza Man, DoorDash, they drive every neighborhood all day long. Hey, Uber. Hey, DoorDash guy. Hey, Uber Eats. Hey, Lyft. I'm looking for these criteria on the home. You know what they are, I just told you. high grass, abandoned cars, boarded windows, tarps on roof, uh, foreclosed signs on the window. If you see these, take a picture, text me the address to this number. Every one you send me that I buy, I will send you $1,000. And then you can tell all your friends and stuff like that too. I don't care. You drive all day. I don't want to drive all day. My job is to get these houses under contract and flip them to buyers. And a lot of people say, well, is there a lot of buyers out there? You damn right there are a lot of buyers out there. If you put a house, hey, you can put this on, you can put it on Facebook. You can type in assignment contracts. Search that on Facebook Marketplace and see how many houses come up in your area. All wholesalers. And then, man, who's gonna buy the property? Hey man, any investors in 112 Robinhood area? I have a $300,000 property for 170. Your DMs be like this. Because that's $130,000 spread. They put 50 in it, now make 80,000. Now, how many times can you put $50,000 into something and you get 130 out of it? Or minus, your fee, Not a lot of times, right? Put 50 into it, you get your 50 back plus 80 in a 3-4 month period. Some people flip houses in 2 months. If you got a team in place, and a lot of times what they'll do is they have like 4 or 5 teams at once, and a team will work a house for 2 months. They got to go to the next house. Sometimes they just need houses. If their team doesn't have any houses to flip, that team will leave and go to somebody else. So they just got to feed the beast. Sometimes they'll say, yo, man, I'll take this for whatever you got it for. Even if I break even, or don't make that much profit, I just need to feed my crew. My crew has to need work. So, I mean, that's kind of wholesaling in a nutshell. So, I mean, you find a house, you get it assigned under contract, you assign or charge a wholesale fee for that property, and you keep the difference. It's a little more complicated than that, but you get the gist. It's kind of hard to find your first deal, but once you kind of got it and understand real estate and understand these moves, you learn how this stuff works. So if you really want to get into it, I would add yourself to a wholesale group, or we can learn more about it. Click the link in the bio if you're watching from wherever, and then just reach out to me. We can go from there. And this is the lesson. I say I was going to teach you a lesson that I tell everybody to do if you really want to be a wholesaler or a real estate investor. And I tell people this, and 99% of people don't do it. It's free. It takes 30 seconds. Okay? All you have to do is this. Go to either Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Facebook, you have to do Facebook first because Facebook typically works a little easier. Say, hi, everyone. My name is XYZ. I am a real estate investor, because wholesalers are real estate investors, in this area. I am looking for distressed homes, high grass, tarps on the roof, neglected / investment properties. I am looking to buy 10 houses this year. If you send me a deal and I buy it, which you're signing it, getting under contract, I will send you $500 cash. And if I buy a multifamily property, I will send you $1,000 cash. Thanks. Send. Screenshot put it on Instagram, screenshot again, copy paste the text, put it on Twitter. 5 minutes. I've gotten more deals doing that bullshit than anything you probably can imagine. No one does it. Nobody want to put in the work. And the bad part about it is, no one's watching is going to do it either. But I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make you drink. So, hope you enjoyed it. You know, there's a little more details to wholesaling, but I'm not going to get too much into it. But I would add myself to some multiple Facebook groups, multiple wholesale groups, and reach out and get a mentor in that specific field, and you can make a crap ton of money wholesaling. Hope you find value in this. Thank you for watching. Ajit.